Hello my fashion lovers, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at how to draft and cut and sew a wrap top, a wrap crop top. One of my subscribers requested that I do a video on how to fix armhole on a dress to avoid folds. I will still be showing the steps here. I'll be using this wrap top to show you the process of fixing the sleeve very well to avoid folds. Please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to my channel and also put on the notification bell to be notified anytime I post a video. Because this fabric, if I'm drafting, you will be able to see what I'm drafting. I'm going to be drafting on this paper. I'll be drafting on this paper. So let's go straight to the video. The length I'll be working with for the laptop, the length I'll be working with is 19 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance will give me 20. I'll rule the line. The shoulder measurement I'm working with is 15 inches divided by 2 will give me 7.5. 7.5. From here, I will take my shoulder slope and I will take my armhole. My armhole length I'm working with is 8 inches. For a perfect sleeve, you can take whatever you have on your shoulder. Take whatever you have on your shoulder, place it after the 1 inch shoulder slope, place it and add 1 inch to it. Whatever you have on your shoulder for a perfect sleeve, when you are drafting, for you to get a perfect sleeve, it starts from when you are drafting. You will measure what you have here. What I have here is 7.5. After this 1 inch shoulder slope, I will place it here and also add 1 inch to it. This will serve as my chest line and also my armhole length. My chest line and my armhole length. In the previous video, I showed you how to get this armhole. And for the neck measurement I'll be working with, because it's going to be a wrap top, I'll be taking 3.5 inches for the width. And for the length, I'll be taking 7 inches. 7 inches. I'll connect. For the shoulder slope, make sure you mark your shoulder slope before you impute your lines. All right. From my shoulder to my bust point is 10.5 inches. From shoulder to under bust will give me 14 inches. And the waist I'm working with is 19 plus 1 inch sewing allowance will give me 20. This will serve as my chest line. This bust, under bust, and this is my waist. To determine the darts I'll be using for this for this wrap top, you are going to divide your nipple by nipple measurements by 2. The nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 7 inches. When I divide it by 2, is going to give me 3.5 plus half-inch sewing allowance will give me 7. To determine the darts I'll be taking out, I'm going to divide my nipple to nipple measurements. The nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 8. When you divide it by 2, it's going to give you 4 plus half-inch sewing allowance, that is 4.5. This is going to serve as my darts. To get your dart, use your nipple to nipple measurement to get your darts. From these bust points, I will come down by half-inch. On this under bust, I will be taking half-inch on this side. Take half-inch. On the waist, I will take half-inch. You can take 1 inch depending on the size of bust you're working with. From here, I'll connect. Just take it down. From here, just take it down straight. Just a straight line, because I won't be padding it, so I won't be needing this on the bust. It's just take your dart from your bust to your waist. There won't be any padding, so it's just a top. The bust circumference I'm working with is 36. When you divide it by 4, it will give you 8.75, but I will just run it up to 9 inches plus 2 inches sewing allowance. Then for the underbust, the underbust I'm working with is 30 divided by 4 will give me 7.25. Then I will take 2 inches sewing allowance. On the waist, what I have on the waist, what I'm working with is 28 divided by 4. Divided by 4 will give me 7 inches plus 2 inches sewing allowance. But I will connect. For my subscriber that made the request concerning the armhole, how do you determine your armhole? To determine your armhole, you have to find the middle from here to here. What I have is 8. You mark the middle of the armhole. Then I'm going to, because of the bust I'm working with, I'm going to come in by half an inch. I'll come in by half an inch, then I'll connect. We do this to avoid folds. From here, I'll connect to this half an inch. We do this only at the front, don't do it at the back. We do this only in the front, don't do it at the back, please. So I'm going to cut now. I'm going to show you how to fix the sleeve. This is what I have for the front. Okay, to draft the back, the length we are working with is 19 inches. The same with the front, plus 1 inch sewing allowance, making it 20 inches. I'll rule it out. This is the back. It's not going to have any zip because it's a wrap top. The shoulder measurement I'm working with is 15 inches divided by 2 to give you 7.5. I'll mark my 1-inch shoulder slope. Then from here, whatever we took 8 inches for the front armhole, so the back is still going to be the same, 8 inches. Your armhole for the front and the back must always be the same. Must always be the same. No zip because it's a wrap top. It's easy to, it's going to have belt. The neck width I used for the front is 3.5, the same with the back. And the depth is going to be 1.5 inches. Then I will take the from my, because this is the back, I don't need the bust, the underbust and all that. It's just to mark out my waist, my waistline. For the darts, what we took is, what we're making use of is, nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches divided by 2 will give me 4. 4 plus half-inch sewing allowance will give me 4.5. Now mark it down. From this chest line, I'll come down by 1 inch. From the waist, I will take half-inch, and on this waist, I will take half-inch. I will connect. The bust measurement I'm working with is 36 divided by 4 will give me 8.75, but I will make it 9 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. For the waist I'm working with is 28 divided by 4 will give me 7 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. Then for the curve of my armhole, for the armhole curve, for the back, I will take half of my, this for the back, I don't need to come in. For the back, I don't need to come in because this is the back. I will connect. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. I will cut. With this, I'm going to use it to draft. I'm going to use it to cut on my fabric. Fold it. Make sure you fold the fabric. And I will place this pattern paper and cut. I'll place this and cut. This is for the back. I'm going to open it up. I told you no zip because it's a wrap top. And that I'm going to transfer it here, notch it, and sew. This is for the back. Fold your fabric like this. I'm not going to cut the, I'm not going to cut for the wrap, for this wrap top, I'm not going to cut it separate. I'm going to cut it together with this front part. So watch and see how I'm going to cut it. To cut the front, just fold your fabric into two. Fold my fabric into two, and I will place my front. I'll place the front. I'll place the front pattern. Then from here, I will curve it out to the length you want. As you're coming, be going down. When you come down to this place, make sure you curve. When you come to the down part, you curve it a little. First check the length. Length I'm working with is 24. The length of 24. Can you see it? If you like, you can increase your own, but I'm working with 24 inches. Let's cut. Now open up the down part. Now we'll notch the dart. Where I'm going to place my darts. I will notch it. You see what I have here? You see what I have? See what I have? Very easy. see the length. I use 25 for this length, and I can see that it's short, so you can use as long as 35 inches so that your own will be longer. Your own for this side, for this wrap, will be longer. I use 25, so make sure you use 35 so that's your rope, so that you can be able to tie it very well to be longer. Let's cut out the sleeve. To cut the sleeve length I'll be working with. To cut out the sleeve length I'll be working with is going to be a 3/4 sleeve. It's going to be 16 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance will give me 17 inches. I'm making a 3/4 sleeve. For my subscriber that requested how to draft a sleeve and fix, please make sure you watch this video. And for the cap height, to take my cap height, I'll be taking 4 inches. In my previous video, I've explained how to get all these things to get your cap height. So from I'll be taking 4 inches for my cap height. Then I'll rule it out. Then on this cap height, I'll be taking my round sleeve circumference. The sleeve circumference I'm working with. To be sure of what you are, to be sure of your sleeve, to make sure that your sleeve will fit in perfectly, you can measure what you have here on your pattern. You can measure what you have here. What I have here is 11 inches. From here, you measure. What I have here is 11 inches. So I will impute 11 inches here to be accurate. I will impute 11 inches here. Then from there, I will make a straight line. I'll make a straight line. You see what I'm doing? Make a straight line. And I'll make sure I measure this place. I'll measure this place to make sure I have 11. You see what I have here? I have my accurate sleeve measurements. Then I will find the midpoints. I will find the midpoint of this. Will give me 5.5. That is the midpoint. And from here, if I use your free hand, just curve in here, and from here, take it down. From here, take it down. Then, for my measurements, the measurement I'm working with, the arm measurement for the round sleeve is 16 inches. When you divide it by 2, it will give you 8. Round sleeve, when I divide it by 2, it will give me 8 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. I will impute it here. And for the wrist I'm working with is 10. The wrist I'm working is 10 divided by 2 will give me 5. I will impute it here. Plus 2 inches sewing allowance. We'll put it. Then I'll use my ruler end. With this, I will cut on my fabric. I'm going to show you how to sew it, so stay tuned, and how to shape it to get a perfect fit. So with this, I'll use it in drop. With this, I'll use it in cuts. For cuts. See what I have here? This is my sleeve. I'll show you how to fix it. I'll cut the second sleeve. For the back, I'm going to join the back. While cutting the back, if you like, you can leave it, you can forget about cutting it open. I'll forget about cutting it open. If you like, you cut it open, then join it anyone you want. I'm going to take it to the machine and join. I'll join it and come and show you. I finished joining it. I've finished joining the back. Now I'm going to put my darts. These darts, I'm going to, you see, these darts, I'm going to hold it from here. Let me mark it where I'm going to hold. Let me mark where I'm going to hold these two. That will stop here. So with this side, for this side, I'll put it. I'll put my dots. So with the front, for the front, I'll mark my dots. Stop here. For this part, I'm going to input my dots too. I will stop here. Let me put the dots and show you what I have. After sewing the dots, I'll go and join the two shoulders. I'll go and join it on the shoulder. I'm going to join the two shoulders, the front and the back. Two shoulders, the front and the back. I'll join it and show you. After joining the two shoulders, this is what it will look like. This is what it will look like. Then, for this to join the sides, because this one will be going inside. Can you see? This one will be like this and it's going to come out. So you're going to leave some inches when you are sewing. When you are joining, you join from here and stop. Leave an inch where you're going to input your rope. Can you see it? Where you're going to put your rope, where the rope, because the rope is going to pass like this. It's going to pass inside. So you're going to leave like, you are going to leave the opening of 4 inches. Leave an opening of 4 inches so that you can be able to pass the rope. So you're going to sew it. You're going to sew it. Sew it. I'll sew from here. I will stop here. Then I'll continue from here. Leave 4 inches where the rope will come out. This one will come on top. So I will sew this. We'll sew the whole of this side. Let me sew it out. Sew it. Let me sew it and show you. To fix your sleeve. To fix your sleeve, you join your fabric on the shoulder. Join your fabric on the shoulder to fix your sleeve. Join your shoulder. After joining your shoulder, you bring your sleeve. You open it up like this to be easier for you. To be easier for you. Open it up like this. Place your sleeve. Place your sleeve and sew. Get the middle. Get the middle of your sleeve. Notch the middle of your sleeve. Know where the middle is. Then you place it. You place it here. Then you sew. Sew it. Sew this one to the end. Then you come and sew this one too. Sew to the end. I will show you. Another part you can use to sew your sleeve too is by closing the side seam. You can close the side seam. When you close the side seam, you still take the notched part and fix. I will sew it and show you. For the neck parts, I'm going to use bias to cover it up. I'm going to use bias to tidy it up. Use bias, tidy it up. Tidy up these points before going ahead to fix my sleeve. Let me do it and show you. For the hemline, make sure you fold it out. Fold the hemline. Now I'm going to fix in the sleeve. I'll fix in the sleeve. To fix in my sleeve, I'll be making use of this machine because there is no light. So I will take my sleeve. I will place it. Make sure that the right side is facing the right side. This is the right side. It's facing the right side. Make sure it's facing on the, place it on the shoulder and sew. I use half an inch to sew. That's when you turn to the other side and sew it too. Make sure you open up this allowance. Open up this shoulder allowance and sew. We're going to do the same thing to the other sleeve. So where you sew this, that's the sew where you're going to put in the other sleeve. After sewing your armhole, turn to the back, turn to the back, turn it to the back. See what I have here? Turn it to the back. Use your weaving machine, weave out this place. Make sure you arrange it properly. Make sure you arrange it. Now to shape it to be able to fit your client. To be able to fit your client. The wrist measurement I'm working with is 10 inches divided by 2 will give me 5. I'll mark it here. You divide by 2, not by 4. I'll mark it here. Then the round sleeve, that's the round armhole I'm working with is 16. When I divide it by 2, it will give me 8. So I'll mark it here. I'll mark 8 here. Make sure you shape it well. Mark 8. See what I'm doing. See my armhole. I'll mark 8. The round armhole I'm working with is 8. I'll mark it here. Then from here, I will take it down to the wrist. Don't push your hand inside so that it won't be tight. Just follow the line and mark. Then you're going to connect it. You're going to connect it to the bust point. After shaping this side, what you shaped by the side, using the person's body measurement to shape the side, then you're going to connect this to the shaped side. You see what I'm doing? So I'm going to sew from here down to this part. We're going to connect it. to this part. You understand what I'm trying to explain? For my subscriber that requested, please pay attention. We're going to mark from here down. See what I'm saying? So you're going to sew from here, connect to your bust line. If you still have any question, please ask in the comment section. Let me sew it. For mine, I tied it only at the back. But if you want it to get to the front, you have to extend the rope. Extend the rope so that you can tie it to the front. But for me, I want my own only at the back.